Frank, I guess my first question is, can you tell us about exactly where we are? Where do we find ourselves here, and what's this place called?
Well, we kind of, well, this is Harlem, really, is what it is. And
Harlem.
Harlem, Harlam. And they're still not Dutch.
Well, do you know where the name came from?
Not really.
No?
Not really. The old fellas knew, but I really don't know. So I was born in Chantry myself. That's just the next little place over. And we came here, my wife and I came here in, we were married in '49. We came here in 1950, and we've been here ever since. We rented, there was an old house here, and we just rented that for a long time. It wasn't even any hydro, no water, no nothing here. And I drove transport there for 3 or 4 years, and I come down from Toronto one night, and I said, what the hell am I doing behind the wheel of this thing? I drove it in the yard and never went back. And that's when I started this. So I was about, I guess I worked out for about 10 years and worked away at this too when I was at home, like, you know what I mean. And I was working down at Mason's, and
What was Mason's?
the Mason boats down there, they were in Smith Falls at that time. And one afternoon I kind of got sick of that, and I finished up what I was doing, and threw my tools in my box and headed out the door, and I never went back to that either. I said, I'm either going to sink or I'm going to swim right here. And I've been here ever since.
So you decided to go into business for
I
yourself?
just stayed by it right on, and I'd had built up a bit, like, you know what I mean, so I didn't have to start right out from scratch. So.
And we're talking about a business where you would actually build wooden boats?
Oh yeah, I was building boats, yeah. I was building what they call a punt. That was flat bottom boat, like, you know what I mean. And there was a fella in Sandy Gray, he run a hardware store there in Sealy's Bay, and he was selling boats for me. And he'd take 3 days, that's what I was building, with 3 of them a day. And he'd be backing up to the door just as I was driving the last screw in the boat. We'd load him, I'd go have my lunch, and then I'd start all over again, and he'd be back the next day at noon, and I'd be driving the last screw again, just as he was backing in, and away we go again. So that was more. Then I branched out a little bit, and then I went on into running boats and stuff like that, you know.
Well, where did you get your boat building background from?
More or less, I'm just more or less picked it up from at Mason's. But as I say, I started out, I didn't even know what in hell I was doing. I didn't have a clue.
You did.
But I just bored ahead anyway. And I built the first one, and then some of mine, he wanted one, so I built him one, and we just carried on from there. So one thing after another. And then I've done a lot of repair work too. I was doing a lot of repair work, and it branched out of that. Man, when I first started, I think people thought I was nuts. I thought I was nuts too. I really thought I was crazy, you know. And I know people were laughing at me, but boy, I'm telling you, they don't laugh at me anymore.
So what made you...
Recording again, we're fine, I'm sorry about that.
So you thought you were nuts. You said everyone around you thought you were nuts. Why did you keep doing it?
Well, I don't know. I really have no idea. I guess because everybody thought I was nuts, I just stayed with it. So.
Maybe to prove them wrong.
That was the idea, I guess. It was anything. Boating, there wasn't too much boating really when I started, you know what I mean. It was kind of a new thing, and then glass was starting to take over too, so. And that kind of killed it a bit in a way, but I still kept at it. And there was lots of wood boats around. But wood is coming back. Wood is really coming back, so.
I'll just get you to watch your hand because it blocks your mic, okay? What do you mean by wood is coming back? People want wood boats again?
Oh yeah, we're selling a lot of wooden boats now.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I guess people just getting disenchanted with the glass and aluminum bangs and hammers and smashes when it goes across the water, like, you know what I mean. And they're finding that the glass boats are starting to fall apart now. So we had one in last week there, putting a transom in it, and you know, I mean, we get a lot of them in, but I wouldn't touch them myself. Kenneth, he'll take them on, but I don't want nothing to do with them.
Fiberglass boats?
No. Yeah.
Well, in your mind, what's great about a wooden boat?
They have to be pretty bad before you can't do anything with them. But a wooden boat. We've had them in here. I think everything in them, put just about everything there was into them, you know, new. But yeah, a wood boat, as far as I'm concerned, they ride nicer. And as far as I'm concerned, they look a lot nicer. They look like a boat, you know. And I don't know. Outside of that, I can't think of anything else really.
So how many years have you actually been building boats now then?
I've been building I started in 53. I started, so that would make it, what, 55 years?
Can you believe that?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you believe that?
Oh, I can believe that, yeah.
And are you in the shop just about every day?
Oh yeah, I'm in the shop every day. I started and I'm out there about 7:30. And I quit now at 4 o'clock, but I used to be there till 5. Oh, I used to work putting there 24 hours a day when I first started. 8 days a week, not 7. Yeah, so, but now the boys, they take over. Kenneth, he's more or less running it now. And I look after the bills, that's about the way to put it. I juggle the money.
And how old are you now, Frank?
I'm 81.
81.
Can,
Still working every day.
Still working every day, yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
miss this, eh?
Hmm?
You wouldn't miss this?
Oh, I think I would miss it, yeah. I really do. We've got girls out west out there, out in BC there. We have been out there a few times, but I go out there and I just get plain bored because there's nothing to do, you know. So, but I can't go anymore. I couldn't fly now. Like I can get dizzy just standing on the ground there. I don't need to get up there. So.
Do you have any idea how many boats you've built over the years?
Well, I'd say probably about 1,000 anyway, I would think. That's taking in, of course, the punch. As I say, 3 a day of them, and I did that for about 3 months steady. And then we went into a fishing boat that's, well, not like that one there, or you got the big hole in it. Yeah, but I built, I suppose, maybe 150 to 200 of them so far. And they're great goers. They call them a bread and butter boat, really, you know. And now we're worked into the 20-footer, and it was as a fishing boat, and then we've changed over. Now we're making that into our big runabout now. So there's one in the shop there you can take a look at if you want to.
And I imagine you do a lot of restoration, eh?
Oh yeah. We've got that's all kinds of that going on.
Yeah.
So, but I myself, I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. I don't want nothing to do with restoration. I'd rather work on the new stuff, nice new wood and all this.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't need the frustration.
No, I don't need the frustration at all.
Yeah. Is it a nice feeling when you're out on the water, or you get down to the water and you see your boats out on the water?
That's something I very seldom ever do.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know really. I can't tell you. And if somebody's in trouble, I go and take a ride in the boat. But outside of that, I'm very seldom on the water. So away they go. If they work all right, well, they don't come back. If they do, well, they come back hollering. But I never had any of that. So usually, I haven't had one sink. Let's put it that way.
Is it? Tell me about what's so nice about your company is you now have family involved in.
Oh yeah,
You're
it's
surrounded by
all family. You know.
Who works here along with you?
I got 2 sons, James and Kenneth, and then there's 2 grandsons in there, Joey and Brian. They're all Wykeses. They're all Wykeses, so there's no use telling them our last name. Yeah, so.
And they're all here in the shop with you every day?
Oh yeah, pretty well, yeah. And we did have one South African here. He was here for about 5 years, but he decided, I guess, he wanted to change, so away he went.
Yeah.
But he was a good hand. He knew what he was doing too, you know. Mm-hmm. So, but when we hire, we don't hire. We take them on and under contract. So so that we're not involved with the government in any way. They're just like they're working for themselves, like, you know.
Okay.
And
What happens? You know, is everybody just sort of learning from you and learning from Ken? Is that how it works?
yeah, well, Kenneth, he came in with me, and I'm trying to think now. I brought a 35-foot cruiser in to be redone, and that was when he started. 78, I think 79, I think that was. And that year, the wife and I, we went west, and we just left him right here on his own. And of course, he had help. We had two fellows here to help him. And anyway, yeah, he learned from me. That's the way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And now the other guys are learning from him?
Yeah, the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to stay out of it if I can, you know.
Yeah.
If they just really get in trouble, well, yeah, then I'll step in and give them all hell. But you know, but outside of that, no.
He was painting the visuals I have on.
You're still very hands-on with these boats, though. I mean, you
Oh,
actually
yeah.
still do painting?
Oh yeah, I build. I do all the building. I do all the building. And as a matter of fact, I'm building one in there right now, a 17.5 footer. That's the two boats that we build, a 17.5 and a 20 footer that we build. And I do it all. I design them. They're all my own designs and everything. So.
Do you actually draw them first?
No, I don't draw anything out. I just start them out. Away I go. Well, I will draw a bit, but no, not really. I don't go all this up here. I know what I'm doing. I know what's going to go on. I know how to put it on and lay it out so it looks right, you know.
So there's no blueprint or anything you work from?
No. Everything's up here.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it always has been. That's how they've always worked. I never really drew anything out. So.
And how much time will you spend on one boat, like that 17.5 footer?
I used to do them in my younger days. I used to put one of them out every 2 weeks. I could put one out in 2 weeks. But now if I get one in every 2 months, I'm doing well. So, don't work as hard as I used to.
Is there a waiting list? Like, do people, at least?
Well, we build to order, like, too, you know. But if I don't have any orders, I go ahead and build one or two up. I built 7 of them here one winter, didn't have an order. By the end of May, they were all gone. So you know that they're going to go, so, you know, they're a very popular boat.
How do people hear about you?
Word of mouth, I guess, which I know.
Yeah. You don't advertise?
Very little. Very little.
And are your boats all over the place?
We got boats in Florida. We got, I even got one in Holland. But yeah, they're all over the States. Pennsylvania, quite a bunch of them. And old guides, they used them there for quite a while. But all the old guides, they're going now. They're not. They're flying someplace up there. I don't know.
Now, do you put the name on the boats, or is that something the owner does?
Well,
like
they put they put their own name on. Yeah.
They do.
Oh yeah. So.
And does the Wykes name go on the boat?
Oh yeah. On the new ones it does. Yeah. So. Yeah, and I make that up too. I draw that all out, cut it out, make that all up.
That's interesting. Were you artistic as a kid?
Well, not really. I wasn't worth a darn in school either. My best subject in school was spelling. Outside of that, the rest of it I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't add 2 and 2 and get it to come to 4 till after I got out of school. Really couldn't.
But you've always been handy?
Oh yeah, always been handy, you know. And I use either hand, either left or right.
You can use either hand.
Oh yeah. If I get tired of one, I change over and hammer with the other one. Yep.
I'm interested, Frank. What is so often, people think they have to work to a certain age and they stop, and that's the way it is. And you know, obviously that's not what you believe in. Tell me about
No.
working past, you know, the golden age of 65.
Oh, I couldn't see myself sitting down. I really couldn't. Could have worked all my life, you know. Dad, he was a cheesemaker. He made cheese there in Chantry there, and we'd come out of school and of course the school was right there in Chantry. We'd get out of school at 4 o'clock and we were into the cheese factory and an apron went on and you were washing bats, you were doing something, you know. Even right at the tender age of 10 even, you know. We had to have a stool to stand on to reach over into the vat and hope we didn't fall in. But no, it worked all my life, so, you know, it's I couldn't really see quitting at no 65 myself. And anyway, if I quit at 65, the big business would have went to hell too, you know. So.
And you have a nice close commute from work, eh?
Oh, dandy. The only thing I hated in the wintertime, it had me a foot of snow, I got a plow to it to get here. But outside of that, no, not too bad, really.
Maybe just describe the property. You bought here when, and then you built all this?
Well, we bought the house in I think about 45, no, let's see. We bought the house, I think about 55, I think about the house. And all it was really just the house and a little bit of property, and of course the old Orange Hall sat there, right there where that blue building is there now, and that was all we had. And I didn't own the Orange Hall at the time. As I say, they came along and they gave me the Orange Hall and told me to fix it up or tear it down. So I fixed it up and used that for about 25 years. And it started to fall down again, so we just, that blue building, it was sitting right here, we let it down and took the old building out and moved that over in there, put it back up over there, and that's been sitting there ever since.
How long are you going to keep working?
Well, they put me in my box. I'm going to go down with a hammer in my hand, that's what I say.